Welcome back to the Yami Shibai podcast. I'm your host, Ghosty, and I'm joined by the illustrious, the notorious, the beautiful.
The average germ.
You like how I passed that to you, so you'd have to say it about yourself?
I was all ready to go.
I tried to do some ASMR by speaking more quietly and moving the microphone close to my face. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the sound levels.
There's definitely a large percent of the population who likes it. I just don't think it's that big.
A little bit of... I don't think any sound came through when I did that.
I don't think it came through at all. There's definitely an audience for it, but I don't think it's that big.
I think it's pretty big. I think it's a pretty big audience.
I don't know. I think just as many people find it creepy as satisfying.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be our next series.
I think there's
satisfying ASMR.
That's pretty funny. But I think there's a reason it didn't become a big thing on the internet until like recently.
Oh, it's been big for a long time. I remember when I was a teenager seeing ASMR videos. And that was like 15 years ago.
That's true. And Bob Ross was ASMR in a way.
Oh, technically, yeah.
Maybe I should say
original ASMR.
Discovered, like it wasn't like a big thing.
I think it was pretty big when I was a teenager.
Okay.
I was just on the first wave. I don't know. But anyways, let's get into this episode.
Do you want to start?
I can't remember. Yeah. But what's the episode number? I don't know if that's on the next slide or not.
You always forget. So first it's...
Oh, we already said this, didn't we? Step right up and have a look. It's time for Yami Shibai.
We did not say it yet.
No, we're saying it now.
And then...
It's That Side Festival, which is episode 8.
6.
Episode 6 of season 3. The episode gets started. We have our main character at a festival. It's full of paper lanterns and stalls everywhere. We see our main character and her friend. There are 2 girls. They're having a lot of fun, buying cotton candy, scooping goldfish, and doing other typical festival things. Our main character comes across a wall of masks for sale, catching her attention. But in doing so, she loses her friend in the process. She calls out for her friend while we zoom into a mask on the rack. The mask suddenly inverts, making a disgusting sound. I don't remember the sound being that disgusting.
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
Whispers in a deep voice, "That side."
I'd almost describe it like crinkling, like tinfoil when you like squish it together, except
I see.
Except wet.
So you find tinfoil scrunching disgusting. I guess that's the difference. That sound wouldn't bother me.
Like I think that's how you describe it. Yeah.
She looks at the rack of masks, wondering if she's hearing things. But she decides looking for her friend is more important. She turns around. The lights turn green again, and we start to hear chanting. "Go to that side." The ones chanting are coming down the path. A bunch of ghosts, followed by a giant man with a mouth in his belly.
I didn't want to get too far in the description, but he's on a cart. He doesn't have any arms or legs or a body, kind of. He's confusing.
Got 2 mouths, actually. One up at the head and one on the belly.
Oh, that's a good way. Yeah, he does.
We get a close-up view of this float with a weird mouth thing on top.
And like they have lanterns stuck to him. You think that'd be uncomfortable.
He's like a living blob. The giant blob thing looks down at her. She's fallen to the ground, scared out of her mind. She runs away, coming across the goldfish scoop attendant, asking him if he's seen the other girl. He turns around, and he's a goldfish man now.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
How ironic. She runs over to the cotton candy man, but he's too busy roping his tongue to a stick.
That's my interpretation of what's going on.
It was either that or he's like slurping up some weird like worm-like thing off of the
I've heard
candy.
people describing it as intestines on a stick that he's eating.
I kind of see it as like a lizard tongue wrapped around something many times, but maybe intestines is actually it.
That is more what I saw, but different people interpret it different ways.
His eyes are creepy too.
Oh yeah, no pupils.
She runs away from the cotton candy man towards a wooden platform lit up with what looks like weird heads. I didn't notice that actually when I was watching. I just thought they were lanterns.
It's really hard to see.
Things jump out at her while she runs.
Like this thing. And this one.
Nice transition.
I thought I'd choose the corniest transition.
Whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, like it's hard to tell what this one is. Hi. Hey, it's me, an old man. How's it going? Why are you so freaked out? You look so happy.
I can't think of anything more horrifying than an old man.
That's a happy old man.
Just terrible. Lock them away.
They show that on TV.
Luckily, she finds her friend safe and sound. She grabs the main character's hand and pulls her along. She asks her friend where she's taking her. Her friend stops, dead in her run. Her face changes like a mask did earlier and says, "That side."
Batman?
That was Batman-y.
Yeah.
We hear a scream, which kind of sounds a little bit like a horn,
yeah.
And then a different person's laughter.
Yeah.
The end.
Before we get into the general discussion, look, there's 6 heads now.
Oh, yeah. That's how you know it's episode 6.
Shall we go over the creatures we see when she's running through the festival?
Yeah, sure. Just gotta skip the old man one. Yeah. Too spooky.
I think I need to go backwards. Oh, no, the old man. Rope? With like
kimono
and hair?
Hair or something? Yeah. I interpret it as like hair.
I could see it being hair. It's just really weird.
What color was her friend's kimono? It wasn't green, was it?
It was blue. I can see it in the future slides.
So not that one?
No, definitely not that one. And just a bunch of brothers.
A bunch of guys.
So lazy they're sharing one pair of legs.
Just a bunch of dudes. Just me on a Friday night with the boys.
That one in back looked like he's going for a hug.
Oh yeah, he's like cuddling the bros.
Yeah. This guy looks like he needs something removed, and I'm not sure which part.
And it's like a parasitic yokai attached to this guy's neck.
Or maybe his chin has turned into a face.
Could go either way. You ever do that thing where you like look at your chin upside down? You put like
I've seen it. I haven't done
it. Eyes.
Yeah.
Like
I've
that.
seen it. I
if
think
you do
that's
that
the last
too much,
one.
This is what happens to you.
Let me just find.
I appreciate that they're using the same green filter from the last episode. It's very economical.
Same night vision goggles as cameraman as last time.
Yeah, that's how you know it's the nighttime when the night vision goggles come on.
I feel like we should also talk about festivals in general in Japan.
Yeah, I think I can't remember the exact name. It's something like a summer festival or something like that. This would be.
Yeah,
and all the I don't know if it's just young women or if it's like full-grown women too dress up with the kimonos and stuff.
Probably more young women than older women, I would guess.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, but you know, they from what I've seen, it looks like it's usually near a temple on a long stone path, and they set up stalls so people can go up to them and buy stuff like cotton candy or scoop fish with paper, which always weirded me out.
It's a game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we have some pretty dumb carnival games in America too. Let's be fair.
For sure.
I'm thinking about the one where the frog is on the thing and you go whoosh, and you try to flip the frog onto the
But you don't bring the frog home
lily
with you
pad.
if you win.
You get a crappier prize. There's no good prizes at Carnival. It is not
No.
worth it.
No. Have you ever heard how they make money in carnivals?
Well, the games are like unwinnable for the most part.
You can win, but even if you won the first time, they still make a profit off of you.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So
We
you
should
pay
get
like
into the carnival business.
yeah. So if you pay a quarter to play the game, their prize is probably worth 5 cents.
But the satisfaction of winning
Mhm.
that prize—that's what matters.
Yeah, I don't think it's important because like if they lost money, they wouldn't stay open, right? Like it's fine. I just think it's
I
funny.
feel like carnival games are a bit too expensive. What you get out of them, though.
Yeah.
I've always felt like that. Maybe it's inflation, but like paying like $3 to $5 for like 10 seconds of carnival game is not worth it at all.
Yeah. We never had them, but do you ever see the rope ladder ones?
Oh, I've seen that many times. Yeah.
I don't think we've had it here, have we?
It's been a long time since I went to a carnival.
That's fair.
I can't remember.
That is such a rigged game.
I've seen videos on the internet of people going like backwards up them, and that's what makes you win. But I don't think I would have the skill to do that either.
What I heard about the trick was you need to keep your center of bounds in the middle of the ladder because they, like a normal ladder has 2 points, right? Where you can evenly put your body weight. The carnival like ladders are attached to one rope on each side, so they twist.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's like a fake ladder. It's actually a rope.
Yeah.
Huh.
So it's
we've gone down the carnival rabbit hole right now.
there's one thing I want to complain about though. You know what is a scam? Those games where you have like a air gun and you try to cut out a piece of paper of like an object.
Oh yeah. I saw
picture.
on YouTube that it's literally impossible to do
It's
it, even if you have like infinite shots, right?
What a scam. Yeah, the paper just moves out of the way after you shoot most of the circle.
That's what makes it a great carnival game. You have to have incredible luck, essentially.
No, it's basically impossible.
That's what a non-sharpshooter would say. I gotta say.
But the last point where you need to shoot will always just bend instead of break.
Yeah, it's true.
What a
You're
scam.
pretty doomed. But this carnival.
Have
you gonna say?
Have you ever noticed how prevalent goldfish are in the world?
Yeah, I guess they're pretty durable pets, right?
Mm-hmm. That's why they were a very popular early pet because you could transport them really easy across the ocean.
I could see that. I don't actually know where they're from. China, maybe?
I don't know either. Let me
koi?
look it up right quick. But like, like almost every culture around the world has goldfish because they survive so well, so hardy creatures.
They can get pretty big too if you put them in a big tank.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's fair to keep them in one of those small tanks. I don't think you're ever supposed to.
It's laziness.
Yeah.
Don't keep your fish in a tiny water cup.
You're supposed to put them in something else. They're just to bring it home. That's what those little things are.
I mean, there used to also be a trend to keep them in like glass bowls. I don't think people really do that anymore.
No. Goldfish are native to China, which makes sense.
Oh, I was right. Hey, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, they were part of the Silk Road. Makes sense.
And koi. It's like similar species.
They're probably like the same like family.
Maybe any goldfish could turn into a koi if you put it in a lake. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't think so. They're pretty different looking.
I don't know. Remember, mice are inside, rats are outside. So
Everybody knows it.
goldfish are inside, koi are outside. I'm just saying.
As long as the rats stay outside, I'm okay with this.
But as soon as they're inside, they're mice.
Everyone knows. They turn white and they shrink.
I don't ever want to know the origin of that comment. I feel like we talked about all the monsters of the episode, except the float.
It was a good
one.
episode for monsters. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
I was thinking that while I was watching it. I was like, good monster delivery here.
While you're reading through it, it did occur to me I should have had the scene where she says she wished she could stay at the carnival forever.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I meant to mention that too.
Yeah.
When she said that, I was like, "Ah, no, bad things are about to happen."
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, that is not going to end well.
Is there anything else to
I
talk
will
about?
say,
What?
I found the episode like about halfway through. I realized I was kind of bored.
Let's leave that for theories and for
For the scores.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we
What do
move
other
on to
people think
comments?
then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here are the comments. I'll go first. Psychiatric narwhal. Oh, he needs to get some help.
It's psychedelic narwhal, actually.
Oh, he doesn't need help. He's already gotten the help. This was made to teach little kids to stop wandering off on their own at festivals. It's true.
Oh, it is the first episode in a while that's got kids in it. Maybe the first one this season. I'm not sure.
I'd have to think back. So the first episode is the bathhouse, then tunnel. Last week was the taxidermy. But what was before that? I don't remember.
Let me pull it up.
Oh, thank you. Did it leave a strong impact on us? It doesn't seem like it. So tunnel did include kids, but they were already dead. And so did the taxidermy one.
So the first one was the lend it to me one.
Yep, the bathhouse one. Yep, no kids.
The second one was
Tunnel.
the two guys in the car in the tunnel. The third one was the rat one, which we should remember because we were joking about it.
We even referenced it.
The fourth one was the noisy hospital room. So that was like
I
the
forgot.
guy in the hospital, so no kids there.
I thought I was missing one, not two. That's what messed me up. Yeah.
And then it was the Museum of Taxidermy. So this is the first one with kids.
I don't know. The old man is the opposite of a kid.
Exactly, the exact opposite.
I'm disappointed I forgot about the noisy hospital room. I enjoyed that one.
That's 6 episodes deep. You forget some.
Might as well be old man at this point. And here's the next one for you.
Thank you for this one. Watatatata said, this is my favorite episode of season 3 so far. I love the imagery of the mask turning inside out to signify the inverse reality of that side. I thought that too, actually.
Really?
That, cool.
That never occurred to me, and I thought that was very smart.
The inverse flipping. Yeah. I was like, oh, mask flip. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Negative space.
And let me read the next. Oh, no, that's only 2 of the whole thing.
Really?
It's almost like people really didn't like this episode and didn't leave any positive comments.
You just leave out like the roasting comments?
I don't want to be in a negative way. If it's roasting in a funny way, sure. Roasting in a positive way, sure. But just being like, this is the worst episode of season 3, or I missed season 1. I don't want to.
There's not really anything to add to that.
Yeah, I just don't want to be like the negative route, right?
Oh, I meant to mention as well.
Oh, what's up?
This is me just throwing things off the rails completely. But this episode kind of reminded me of the start of what's that Ghibli movie called?
Spirited Away.
Spirited Away. Yeah.
It's almost like I saw that comment over and over and over again.
Oh, really?
A nightmare version of Spirited Away. This is like Spirited Away. Man, this was inspired by Spirited Away.
Spirited Away was already the nightmare version of Spirited Away. You absolute noobs. Come on. It's pretty horrible.
So, there are a lot of similarities. It is not similar enough to make that reference, in my opinion.
The stole from Ghibli.
Oh,
it's funny that you left out all those comments.
Yeah,
it's like make sure we get that comment in once.
It's like when I didn't include all the John Wick stuff.
Oh yeah, that was too much. I agree.
A dog died. Like, is that really like? Is that the one reference that's going to lead back to John Wick every time? Like,
I think that episode must have come out around a similar time or something.
It did. People are funny. Anyway, any themes or metaphors?
Yeah, I don't really know.
Don't get lost at a festival. I agree with that one comment.
Maybe.
Yeah. A little closer, if you don't mind.
Oh. Yeah. because the things did go bad when she said she wanted to stay there forever. So maybe it was about enjoy the experiences while you're a kid, but don't get lost in nostalgia.
You know what? That's the best one I've heard so far.
There you go. Delivered.
I really think you're reaching, but it's a good one. So our personal scores.
I went with a 6 on this one because it checked the monster checkbox pretty thoroughly for me. And it also addressed the feedback that people had in the other episodes. They're like, oh, I wish there was more like classic Japanese monster stuff in it again.
That is true.
So I thought it did well on that one. But it was still kind of boring. Like halfway through, I found my mind was just wandering a bit because I was like, this is not really that interesting. So that's why I went with a 6.
I totally agree. Monsters were good, but not much of a story, like a through line of the story. Like there's like a clip show like we saw, like I recreated.
Yeah, it's more like, here's a spooky monster. Look at this spooky monster. It's like they went too far on the spooky monster spectrum.
If anything, the most interesting part of this episode was just like the Japanese culture going on. And that's never a good sign for a horror TV show.
It was a more like classically episode. Yeah.
So that gives this episode a score of 10.
Not bad. 50%. That's a pass.
Not bad, but not great.
Definitely not great. Snoozer.
Honestly, kind of a forgettable episode.
Extremely. This is like the definition of forgettable episode.
Yeah. So, the next episode is called Behind.
No comment.
You're wrong.
I guess more seriously, it's going to be something sneaking up behind somebody, and they look and it's not there.
No. You're not wrong, but like
you got nothing for me.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me, Ghosty.
It's been good.
And thank you all for being you. Bye.